Now, we use heads-up digitizing for a lot of data creation in GIS, but sometimes it's not precise enough. We need to use some absolute measurements. And so we can use context-sensitive menu dimensions to capture our boundary. First, you'll confirm that dimensions is the only visible, selectable, editable, and snappable layer. Then we'll right-click on the map and select absolute XYZ and enter in our POB coordinates in units. Then we'll continue using our dimensions from the plat to digitize our entire boundary survey. Back in ArcGIS Pro, I'm going to rearrange my desktop so I can split ArcGIS Pro with my Kogo.txt notepad document, and then go ahead and set up my edit session. So I'm going to make sure that dimensions is my only visible layer, checked in the list by drawing order panel. Make sure that dimensions is my only selectable layer and my only editable layer. And then on the edit ribbon under snapping, I'm going to click on the snapping dropdown, make sure it's set correctly. It is. Go ahead and click on the create button. That opens up the create features pane. I'm going to activate the dimensions feature template and the construction line tool. And then now I need to find my point of beginning. And once I do, I don't want to right click exactly on it in case I make an error. So I'm going to right click in the middle of the street here and select absolute XYZ on the context sensitive menu. That opens the absolute XY tool. And now I want to enter in my coordinates from my Kogo.txt. And for some reason, you can't copy and paste into this tool. Sometimes you don't end up in the right position. So I'm just going to go ahead and enter in my longitude manually, 113.5234704 west of the prime meridian. Make sure that my units are set to decimal degrees. And now I'm going to enter in my latitude, 37.1581900 north of the equator. Again, confirm my units are set to decimal degrees and then click enter on the keyboard. And that creates my starting position at an absolute XY. So in this case, the POB or point of beginning. Now we need to enter in our first course or call, which is A1 from our text document. So again, I'm going to right click kind of near but not on where I want to go and select direction and distance for an arc. In the direction and distance tool, now I can copy and paste directly from my text document to kind of speed up the process and reduce errors. So I'm going to copy in my direction and paste it, and then copy in my distance. I want to confirm that my direction is set to quadrant bearing and my distance is set to feet, and then click enter on the keyboard. And that creates my first arc from a dimension. Now we need to create our curve. And curve's a little bit more challenging in dimensions. I'm going to right click on the map again and select circular arc. And in the circular arc window, first I want to confirm the type of arc it is. This is a tangent bearing or tangent direction arc. And there is my direction, which is already entered into the tool because it's where I came from. My radius I'm going to set to just enter in 50, and I'm going to show you why in just a second instead of negative 50. And then now we need to enter in either the arc length, chord length, or delta angle. We're going to use the delta angle to specify our curve, set the units to degrees, minutes, seconds, and then copy the degrees, minutes, seconds, delta angle from the text document and paste it in the window interface. And then notice that it's to the left. The side allows us to switch from the right to the left. So this tool is pretty handy because a lot of times you have to enter in a negative 50 for left and a positive 50 for right, but we can just enter in 50 and use the tool. Go ahead and click enter. That creates your curve. Now we need to enter in the direction and distance for arc 2. Make sure you click enter every time that you paste in a parameter. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and speed up the video now and enter in my directions and distances through A7. And then I'll slow the video down when we get to A7 to enter in the second curve. All right, now we're ready to create our second curve, or C2, in the text document. So I'm going to right click on my map, select circular arc. And this is a radial bearing arc. So I'm going to switch from tangent direction to radial direction, and then enter in my radius, which this time I'm going to go ahead and enter in the negative 853 feet. And my delta angle, which is in degrees, minutes, seconds. And it looks like my original direction changed when I switched from tangent to radial bearing. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that. All right, now it looks like my curve is going in the correct direction. My parameters are all correct. Go ahead and click enter. I'm going to speed up the video again. And then our last course, A9, should snap to the original point of beginning. So if I paste in my direction and distance, my survey should end where it began, at the point of beginning. And it does. All right, that looks good. Now I need to finish my sketch. I'm going to go ahead and close the Create Features pane, clear my selection, save my edits, reset my interface. I want to save my ArcGIS Pro project.